Ladies and gentlemen, there are moments in life when you will encounter people who do not understand the value of your kindness. You will show compassion, you will extend your hand in friendship, and yet there will be those who take your kindness for granted or use it against you. This is a reality that many of us face. But let me remind you, not everyone deserves your kindness. Understand this. Kindness is a powerful force. It's not something to be given lightly. When you show kindness, you are offering a piece of your heart, your energy, and your time. It is a reflection of your strength, your character, and your capacity to love. But kindness is not a currency that should be wasted on those who have no respect for it. Too often, we offer our best to people who do not appreciate what we have to give, and we leave ourselves drained, frustrated, and unfulfilled. You have to recognize that your kindness is a reflection of who you are, not of the people you give it to. It's important to understand that you are not obligated to pour from an empty cup. You cannot continue to give and give to others without first ensuring that you are nourishing your own soul. There comes a time when you have to say, this person does not deserve my kindness, and withhold it. It is not because you are being selfish, it is because you are being wise. You must protect your energy, your peace, and your purpose. When you give kindness to the wrong person, it's not just your time and effort that is wasted, it is your potential. Your kindness is too precious to be squandered on those who will only use it to manipulate or take advantage of you. Understand that some people are not prepared for the level of love, care, and support that you bring. They are not ready to receive it, nor are they equipped to handle it. That's not your fault. It's simply a truth about the nature of people. There is a misconception that kindness must always be unconditional. While it is true that love and kindness are meant to be freely given, you also have to be discerning about who you share it with. You cannot give to others at the expense of your own well-being. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do for someone is to walk away and allow them to face their consequences, learn their lessons, and grow. Not everyone will understand you, and not everyone will value your kindness. But that doesn't mean you should stop being kind. It means you must grow in your understanding of what kindness truly is. It is not a weakness, it is a strength. It is not a tool for manipulation, it is a tool for healing, but you must use it wisely. When you recognize that someone is not worthy of your kindness, walk away with your head held high. You don't have to waste your energy on people who will never see your worth. Remember, your kindness is not a measure of how much you can give, but of how much you value yourself and the people who are truly worthy of it. Kindness is a powerful force. It's not a simple or trivial gesture, but a reflection of the depth of who you are as an individual. It carries within it the capacity to heal, transform, and uplift both the giver and the receiver. When you show kindness, you are offering something that is rare and precious: your time, your energy, and your heart. It's a sign of your strength, your ability to empathize, and your willingness to make the world around you a better place. But kindness, like any other force, must be used with wisdom, because it is not something that should be taken for granted. What makes kindness so powerful is that it originates from a deep place within you. It comes from your core, your heart, your spirit, your soul. And because it flows from such a deep source, it has the potential to create profound changes in the lives of others. When you extend kindness, you are sending a message of hope, of possibility, of connection. You are showing others that they matter, that they are seen, and that they are valued. The impact of kindness can ripple out in ways that are often unseen or unrecognized, but its effects are lasting and far-reaching. But here's the thing about kindness: it's not meant to be given lightly or carelessly. It's easy to get caught up in the desire to help, to fix, or to make a difference. However, just as with any valuable resource, kindness must be used thoughtfully and intentionally. You wouldn't take a precious gemstone and throw it away without consideration, would you? In the same way, your kindness is something to be treated with respect. It is a reflection of your inner strength, and as such, it should be given only when it is needed and deserved. When we talk about kindness, We often think of it as something to be given freely and without conditions. And yes, there are moments in life when kindness should be extended unconditionally, but that does not mean it should be given to everyone in every circumstance and in every relationship. There is a difference between offering kindness out of genuine love and concern and offering it out of obligation or a desire for approval. The former comes from a place of abundance, while the latter often comes from a place of scarcity, insecurity, or a fear of rejection. True kindness, the kind that is impactful and transformative, comes when you are grounded in who you are. It is the kindness that emerges from a deep sense of self-worth and that does not need to be validated by others. When you give out of abundance, your kindness has the power to change lives. When you give out of a sense of insecurity, however, it can lead to frustration, burnout, and a feeling of being taken advantage of. This is why it's important to recognize that kindness is not a resource that should be handed out indiscriminately. In order to truly honor the power of kindness, you must first honor yourself. This means acknowledging your own worth, protecting your energy, and understanding that kindness is not a currency to be spent without consideration. It's a tool for connection, not a means of seeking validation or approval. When you understand the true value of your kindness, you will recognize that it must be used wisely for the benefit of both yourself and others. Kindness is not about constantly giving, but about being intentional with your giving. It's about being aware of the needs of others while also being mindful of your own needs. You must learn to differentiate between people who truly appreciate and deserve your kindness and those who will take advantage of it. This is not about being cynical or suspicious, but about recognizing the value of your gifts and using them in ways that honor your own well-being. When you give kindness freely, it becomes a part of your essence. It becomes a characteristic that others will come to know you for, and in many cases, it will inspire them to show kindness in return. But remember, kindness is not a transactional act. It is a deep spiritual practice that requires both discernment and discernment. When you understand that kindness is a precious gift, you will approach it with the care and consideration it deserves. Kindness is one of the most powerful tools we have to create connection, but it must be given with discernment. Not everyone deserves your kindness, and understanding this is essential for maintaining your own well-being. It is easy to believe that kindness should be offered unconditionally to everyone we meet. But the reality is that some people are simply not in a place where they can appreciate, understand, or reciprocate the kindness you extend. It's crucial to recognize that your kindness has value and should not be given to those who do not respect or honor it. One of the first aspects of discernment is recognizing that kindness is an energy exchange. It is not a one-way street. It requires mutual respect, understanding, and appreciation. When you give kindness to someone, you are offering a part of yourself, whether that be time, emotional energy, or effort. This exchange, however, can become unbalanced when the person you are extending kindness toward does not acknowledge the value of what you are giving. This imbalance can lead to frustration, resentment, and burnout as you continually invest your energy into someone who takes and takes without giving anything in return. When kindness is not reciprocated, it's easy to feel used, unappreciated, and even drained. This is why discernment is necessary. Discernment helps you assess the person you are giving kindness to and determine if they are someone who can truly appreciate and value what you offer. Not everyone is in the emotional or spiritual space to recognize or respect kindness. Some people are so caught up in their own struggles, negativity, or egos that they fail to see the value in what you are providing. Others may be manipulative, using your kindness for personal gain without any intention of giving back. In such situations, your kindness is wasted, and the imbalance only increases your emotional and mental strain. Learning to discern where to place your kindness is not about being cynical or closed off. It is about wisdom. It's about recognizing that kindness is a resource, and like any resource, it must be used wisely. The truth is, there are people who will take advantage of your goodwill, and you have to be able to spot these individuals early to protect your own peace. This does not mean you stop being kind. It simply means You become more selective about who you invest your energy in. It's also important to understand that not everyone is deserving of your kindness because not everyone is ready for it. Sometimes people are so deeply hurt or jaded by life that they are unable to recognize or receive the love and compassion you offer. In such cases, it may not be about you. It may be about their inability to accept kindness because they are still dealing with their own wounds or traumas. It's crucial to understand that this is not a reflection of your kindness or your worth, but of their own state of being. Discernment also involves knowing when to step back and allow someone to face the consequences of their actions. Sometimes kindness means letting go, not enabling someone to continue in harmful behaviors. People often confuse kindness with rescuing, but the truth is that rescuing someone from the natural consequences of their actions only keeps them stuck in unhealthy patterns. True kindness in these situations is setting boundaries and allowing others to learn from their experiences. When you step back, you create space for them to grow, and that is a form of kindness that is both tough and transformative. Additionally, discernment means understanding that some relationships simply aren't meant to be nurtured by your kindness. Not everyone you meet is destined to become a close friend or ally. You don't have to extend the same level of kindness to every person you encounter. There are relationships that require more distance, and there are those that deserve a more intimate connection of mutual respect and understanding. Recognizing the difference is essential in preserving your emotional energy and maintaining healthy, balanced relationships. As you grow in your understanding of kindness, you will develop the ability to discern when and where to place your energy. This will not only protect you from being taken advantage of, but will also allow your kindness to truly flourish in places where it can have the greatest impact. True kindness comes from a place of wisdom, balance, and self-respect. When you understand that not everyone deserves your kindness, you can give it more freely to those who truly value and appreciate it. In life, it's easy to fall into the trap of believing that kindness is something we must constantly give to others, regardless of the toll it takes on us. Yet to truly show kindness, it is essential to first ensure that we are in a place of emotional, mental, and physical strength. We cannot pour from an empty cup. This is why self-care and boundaries are not selfish acts. They are necessary for sustaining our ability to be kind and supportive toward others in a healthy and effective way. Without taking the time to nourish and protect ourselves, we risk burning out, feeling resentful, or losing our sense of purpose and direction. Self-care is not just about pampering yourself. It is about recognizing your own worth and making sure that you are in a state of balance before you give to others. Too often, we give without thinking of the cost to ourselves. We are quick to prioritize the needs of others, sometimes at the expense of our own well-being. However, the truth is, we cannot effectively care for or support others if we are not caring for ourselves first. It is only when we are strong, centered, and grounded in our own identity and values that we can truly offer our best to those around us. Setting boundaries is an essential part of this process. Boundaries are not barriers or walls that push others away. They are guidelines that protect our emotional, mental, and physical resources. They help ensure that we are not drained by situations or individuals who demand too much of us without giving anything back. Boundaries are not only about protecting ourselves from others, but they also serve as a way to communicate how we expect to be treated and what we are willing to give. Boundaries are an act of self-respect and self-preservation. When you set boundaries in your life, you are not being unkind. You are being wise. In fact, it is one of the kindest things you can do, both for yourself and for others. Boundaries allow you to show up fully in your relationships without being overwhelmed, and they help maintain a healthy balance between giving and receiving. People who care about you will understand your need for boundaries, and those who don't may not be the right people for you to invest your kindness in. It's important to recognize that setting boundaries does not make you a selfish person. It simply means that you value your own needs and well-being enough to protect them. When we fail to set boundaries, we run the risk of overextending ourselves, which can lead to feelings of burnout, resentment, and emotional exhaustion. By neglecting our own needs, we eventually become depleted and can no longer offer the same level of kindness, love, and support to others. This creates an unhealthy cycle where we give more than we can, and in return we receive little to nothing in terms of emotional nourishment or mutual care. Over time, this imbalance can erode our sense of self-worth and leave us feeling unfulfilled. On the other hand, when we prioritize self-care and establish boundaries, we create a space where kindness can flow naturally and without strain. This doesn't mean you stop being there for others or that you withhold your support. It simply means that you recognize the importance of giving to yourself first so that you can offer your best to the people who matter. It also means that you are making sure that the relationships in your life are reciprocal, where both giving and receiving are balanced, and where your kindness is appreciated and not taken for granted. Self-care also involves recognizing when you are at your emotional or physical limits and learning to say no when necessary. Saying no is not a sign of weakness, nor does it mean you don't care. It is a way to honor your own needs and ensure that you are not sacrificing yourself for others. There's a deep strength in being able to say no when you know that you cannot give anymore, whether it's emotionally, mentally, or physically. The ability to say no with confidence is an essential part of setting healthy boundaries, and it allows you to preserve your energy for those who truly need it and deserve it. Additionally, self-care helps you reconnect with your sense of purpose and passion. It's about taking the time to reflect on what truly matters to you, recharging and rediscovering your inner strength. When you care for yourself, you create the space to listen to your own needs, desires, and aspirations. This, in turn, strengthens your ability to offer kindness that is aligned with your values and true to who you are. In essence, self-care and boundaries are not only essential to your well-being, but they are also fundamental to being able to give kindness in a sustainable, healthy way. When you take the time to replenish your own energy, protect your peace, and set boundaries, you are not just preserving your own resources, you are allowing yourself to show up fully in your relationships and make a positive impact on the world around you. Only when you nurture yourself can you truly offer the gift of kindness to others in a meaningful, lasting way. Kindness is often misunderstood as a sign of weakness, something that can be easily manipulated or exploited. However, the truth is that kindness is not a fragile trait. It is a sign of immense strength. It takes courage, emotional resilience, and self-assurance to show kindness, especially in the face of adversity. Far from being a weakness, true kindness reflects a person's ability to stay grounded and compassionate, even when the world around them might encourage them to act otherwise. It requires a deep inner strength to extend love and care without expectation of anything in return, and to do so even when it's not easy. There is often a misconception that to be kind is to be passive, that being kind means allowing others to walk over you or take advantage of your good nature. But true kindness is not passive. It is active, deliberate, and empowering. It does not involve tolerating mistreatment or being submissive to others' demands. True kindness involves setting boundaries, speaking your truth, and standing up for yourself and others when necessary. It is not about shrinking in the face of conflict, but about remaining firm in your convictions while treating others with respect and dignity. Kindness is a reflection of emotional strength because it requires you to confront your own vulnerabilities. It's easy to be kind when things are going well, when you feel secure and loved, but the real challenge comes when you face difficult situations, when people are unkind or hurtful, or when you are in emotional pain. It takes strength to remain kind in these moments, to choose compassion over bitterness, understanding over judgment. It takes courage to rise above the negativity around you and continue to be a beacon of kindness. True kindness isn't about denying your feelings or pretending that everything is perfect. It's about acknowledging the pain or frustration you feel and still choosing to respond with love and patience. Kindness is also a choice, and with every choice, there is strength. When you choose to act with kindness, you are exercising control over how you respond to the world. You are choosing not to allow the circumstances or the behavior of others to dictate how you show up. You are choosing to respond from a place of inner power rather than from a place of reaction. This is the essence of emotional strength. The ability to make conscious decisions about how you engage with others, rather than letting external forces dictate your actions. In this way, kindness becomes a tool for emotional empowerment. The misconception that kindness is a weakness often arises from people who have not experienced true kindness, or have seen it manipulated in some way. They may associate kindness with being naive or easily taken advantage of. However, kindness does not mean that you lack discernment. It means you are grounded enough to understand the value of treating others with compassion and empathy, even when they may not treat you the same way. It means that you are not motivated by a desire for recognition or approval, but by a genuine desire to uplift others. True kindness comes from a place of strength and self-assurance. It's about being secure enough in who you are that you can offer unconditional care and love without needing anything in return. Additionally, kindness is not about always saying yes to everyone's requests or demands. Part of being kind is knowing when to say no, when to protect your energy, and when to set a boundary. This requires emotional strength and clarity because it involves standing firm in your decisions and not allowing guilt or pressure to dictate your actions. Saying no can be an act of kindness because it preserves your energy for the people and situations that truly matter. And it ensures that you are not depleting yourself to the point where you are unable to offer your best. It also teaches others that your kindness is not something to be taken for granted or abused. True kindness also involves the ability to forgive. Forgiveness is one of the most powerful forms of kindness, and it requires immense strength to forgive those who have wronged you, especially when the hurt runs deep. Forgiveness is not about excusing bad behavior or forgetting the pain. It's about choosing to release the hold that resentment and anger have over you. It's about freeing yourself from the burden of holding onto negative emotions and allowing yourself to heal. Forgiveness is a conscious choice to let go, to show grace, and to rise above the actions of others. It is a choice that takes emotional fortitude and courage. Moreover, kindness involves embracing vulnerability. It requires you to open your heart to others, to be authentic, and to show compassion, even when it feels risky. It's not about always having the right words to say or the perfect response. It's about being present, being open, and being willing to offer love, even when you are unsure of how it will be received. It takes strength to be vulnerable, to let down your guard, and to trust that your kindness will make a difference, even if it is not immediately recognized. Ultimately, kindness is a strength because it's not something that comes easily. It requires effort, self-awareness, and a commitment to maintaining one's values and integrity. It requires emotional intelligence and the ability to balance care for others with care for yourself. It requires a depth of character and the ability to rise above the negativity and hardships that life may throw at you. Kindness is not a weakness. It is a testament to your inner strength, your resilience, and your capacity for love. Kindness is not just an act of generosity. It is an investment in the relationships that matter. It is essential to recognize that not everyone is deserving of your kindness, because in many ways, kindness is a reflection of your own value and what you are willing to share with others. The way you choose to extend your kindness can significantly impact your emotional and mental well-being. If you invest your energy in kindness in relationships that do not appreciate or reciprocate it, you risk draining yourself while leaving your own potential untapped. This imbalance can prevent you from growing, both personally and relationally. Understanding that your kindness has value allows you to focus your attention on the people and relationships that will nourish you in return, creating a healthy and sustainable dynamic. Investing your kindness in the right people is not about being selective or judgmental, but about ensuring that the energy you put out into the world is returned in a meaningful way. Not every person you encounter will be equipped to appreciate or value your kindness. Some people may simply not understand what it means to be kind, or may be so caught up in their own struggles that they cannot recognize the gesture you are extending. Others may be in a place where they are unable or unwilling to reciprocate, and this is when it becomes vital to assess whether your kindness is truly having the desired impact. If your kindness is consistently unacknowledged or taken for granted, it can lead to frustration, hurt, and even resentment. The relationships that truly deserve your kindness are those where mutual respect and understanding are present. These are the people who not only appreciate what you offer, but who also uplift and support you in return. It is through these relationships that kindness can flow freely and naturally. These connections are based on trust, authenticity, and a shared commitment to each other's growth and well-being. When kindness is reciprocated, it becomes a powerful force for positive change, both for you and the people you care about. By protecting your kindness and investing it in relationships that truly nurture you, you create space for personal growth and emotional fulfillment. Relationships that are reciprocal, where kindness is shared both ways, allow you to experience the joy and satisfaction that come from knowing that your kindness is making a difference. This mutual exchange enhances your sense of self-worth, as you recognize that your kindness is not just a one-sided effort, but a collaborative, enriching experience. It helps you grow as a person and enriches the lives of others in ways that are deeply meaningful. On the flip side, when you invest your kindness in people who do not appreciate or reciprocate it, you risk exhausting your emotional reserve. If you continuously pour energy into people who do not value what you offer, you may find yourself feeling drained, unappreciated, and emotionally depleted. This can have a significant impact on your sense of self-worth and can even lead to burnout. The more you give to others who do not recognize your kindness, the less energy you will have for the relationships that truly matter, or for pursuing your own passions and personal goals. Protecting your kindness from being taken for granted is not about withholding it or being cold-hearted. It is about being mindful of where and how you direct your energy. It is about recognizing when your kindness is being used for manipulation, selfish gain, or without any intention of building a genuine reciprocal relationship. Being discerning allows you to protect your emotional resources and ensure that your kindness is used in ways that are meaningful and valuable. When you invest in relationships that honor your kindness, you also give yourself the opportunity to grow and flourish in a supportive environment. In this way, protecting your kindness is a form of self-care. It is an acknowledgement that your emotional energy is valuable and should be directed toward the people who will uplift you, support you, and show you the same level of care and consideration that you offer them. By creating these boundaries, you ensure that your kindness is not something that will be wasted or taken for granted. You preserve the integrity of your relationships and ensure that your emotional well-being is safeguarded. Furthermore, when you choose to invest your kindness in relationships that truly deserve it, you elevate the quality of your connections. These relationships are grounded in mutual respect, honesty, and a shared commitment to growth. They provide the emotional nourishment you need to continue being kind and compassionate, not just to others, but to yourself as well. A healthy balance of give and take ensures that kindness becomes a sustaining force, not a depleting one. Ultimately, understanding that not everyone deserves your kindness is about recognizing the value of what you bring to the table. It is about acknowledging that your time, energy, and emotional resources are precious and should be used in ways that enrich your life and the lives of others. By protecting your kindness and investing it in the right relationships, you not only preserve your own well-being, but also contribute to the creation of a positive, nurturing environment for everyone involved. This kind of intentionality helps you create deeper, more meaningful connections that foster personal growth, fulfillment, and lasting happiness. In the end, kindness is not a resource to be given away recklessly, but rather a gift that should be shared thoughtfully and with purpose. It is a powerful force that reflects your inner strength, compassion, and wisdom. However, it is vital to recognize that not everyone deserves your kindness. And part of showing true love and care for yourself is being discerning about where and to whom you extend it. Protecting your energy, setting boundaries, and understanding that your kindness should be reciprocated are essential steps toward maintaining a healthy balance in your life. When used wisely, your kindness can create meaningful connections, uplift others, and inspire positive change. It is a tool for growth and transformation, both for you and those you choose to invest in. Remember, your kindness is not a weakness. It is a reflection of your strength and your ability to make a difference in the world. Choose wisely where you place it and allow it to enrich your life and the lives of those who truly value and appreciate it.